98, 99, 100. Yeah. What's up, everybody? This is Coach Harris, head defensive back coach and speed and strength coach of Raw Talent Sports. What is Raw Talent Sports? We're an off-season training group geared for all athletes, but we have a football position-specific program second to none. During this COVID-19 crisis, we all are suffering, and most definitely want to make sure that we're able to do some things to provide a service for you all during this off-season crisis time. Got camps maybe coming up, football seasons, different type of sports seasons coming up, and we want to make sure you guys are staying in shape.
Lambo, Aventador S, Vert, SUV, Rolls Royce with the curtain. Surprise, 30K to Birkin is a...
Sports. We're going to be working with some linear speed development today. I like to warm up doing wall runs. These are some things you can do at home, as well as once you get back to your training. If you don't have a place to train, come check out Raw Talent Sports. But if not, these are things you can do on your own. Wall runs are a good thing to do, work on your power, your foot placement, striking. Therefore, you can work on your steps and your movement, getting ready for your starts coming out, and the power you should be putting into when you're running down the field. So we're going to start off with that, demonstrate a couple different series with no resistance and some with resistance. All right.
Nice. Me on time. You better not be late. 91 times. I don't like to wait. 91 times. I just need my cake. Me on time. Me on time. You better not be late. 91 times.
Okay, so right now we did our wall runs. All right, so now we're gonna do walking A's, and it's just a way of doing high knees in a walking manner, focusing on your knee drive points, your foot placement position, and your arm drive. You do a series of that for about 15 to 20 yards, down and back, and then we'll go into the power steps with it.
Me on time. You better not be late. 91 times. I don't like to wait. 91 times. I just need my cake. Me on time. Me on time. You better not be late. 91 times. I don't like to wait. 91 times.
Good.
I just need my cake. Me on time.
Kevin, this is nice.
On your quickness. So one of the things we like to do is A-runs. And so A-runs is more like a tight skirt series mixed into a reciprocal motion with that leg, driving your knee up to your chest and driving through with that leg. But before you do that particular run, I like to teach my athletes to do that hammer technique into the ground. So we call it the dead leg, right? So you're gonna hammer with the top leg, you're gonna drag the back leg. We're just focusing on unilateral training one leg at a time to how it's gonna attack the ground when it runs. So what you're gonna do is here,
Me on time. You better not be late. 91 times. I don't like to wait. 91 times. I just need my cake. Me on time. Me on time. You better not be late. 91 times. I don't like to wait. 91 times. I just need my cake. Me on time.
Kevin, this is
Good.
nice.
Okay, so now we're gonna work on bound runs. Bound runs are important on just over-exaggerated explosive steps. So we'll work on that. I think every athlete who runs a 40-yard dash should learn how to gain the most amount of ground with the fewest amount of steps. In order to do that, you gotta have strong, powerful steps, and bound runs help you with that. So that's one of the things that we do on a linear speed day.
You're not trying too hard.
Your starts. So when you're doing your starts, especially with this time of the year, if you can go outside, preferably you should do that. When you're doing your starts, the first thing you want to work on is just your positioning. Everybody has their own different ways. I see people do the standard foot placement. Me personally, I like to find myself a line, and with that line, I like to put my foot on the bottom part of that line, and then I'll put my hand at the top of that line, right? So if you have a football field with appropriate lines, most of you can do that. If not, get the dimensions and make that. You can do it with chalk at home, tape, whatever. But I like to make sure that I do a kickstand technique for my start. I'll work on my foot placement. I'll get my hand and feet where I want them, where I feel comfortable. And then I'm gonna lean forward. And I'm gonna get myself where I can lean. I'm using this hand to brace up myself, right? Until I get that one spot where I can put a lot of pressure on my start hand, the trigger hand, all right? And then I'm able to hold it, and I can put my opposite hand on my hip. Some people like to go extend it real high, doesn't matter to me, because you gotta have a strong arm swing to get out the mud. So I call these get out the muds, where you're just taking 2-3 steps, fast and explosive, to work on just getting used to a start. You don't need a lot of room for this. Personally, you can go from just a regular jump, 1-step push, right? You can do it that way, or you can get out the mud by adding more steps to it. Once again, the 1-step push, get yourself in a good position, kickstand position, chin in my chest, looking down, or hand extended, hand on the hip, doesn't matter. Push. Stay low, I see your face. Stay low. Boom, not bad, good. Boom, good, you didn't give me full extension. Big jump out that stand. Boy, it's take you 9 years to put on that shoe. Come on. Stay low, big step. Jump out that stand, jump out, jump. Good. Good. When you run a 40-yard dash, that's pretty much all push phase. All right, you're pushing to get out of that loaded position to get into your accelerated run. So sometimes starting off, you can do your push phase with pushing sleds, the prowlers, or any type of routine you got. I don't know what you may have at home where you can push. That's gonna give you some resistance. I don't know, you can, put your baby brother in a stroller, I don't know. But at the end of the day, you can do some things that can work on helping improving your 40 by some resistance training. So when you're doing the prowler, you want that prowler, it doesn't have to be crazy heavy, but you wanna have it where you're competing in this drill yet not losing form. So you wanna make sure that if you have a prowler at home or something that you can push, that you can keep control of safely, you're working on that leg strike. Driving those knees to your chest is so key to having this routine help improve your starts. And when you're doing these, the sleds are meant to give you resistance while it's making you able to run. Different people do it for different things, but it's so important that when you're doing the sleds that you are fast. It don't make sense for me to do a routine and I'm struggling through it. You want to be able to maintain top end speed
You're not trying too hard.
3. Push. Pop, 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 pop. Good. Push, 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 push. Yep, yep, yep. Good. Bigger steps. Big, big, big. Arms, arms. Go. Bigger steps. Knees up, knees up, knees up, knees up, knees up. All right, these are froggies.
So you said I go from here?
Yeah, you're gonna come from a 4-point stance, and all you're gonna do, he's gonna feel the resistance already. Exactly, he's gonna thrust his hips 10 times. So get up.
Can we relate? Can we relate? Can we debate? Yeah, but I want debate. I want the gate. House the gate.
You know, old saying goes, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And right now, it seems as if our normal off-season time is gone. So most definitely, when this is all over, you guys don't have a training facility to come work out at, you come look at Raw Town Sports. Don't stop, get it, get it.
Can we relate? Can we relate? Can we debate?